what's going on? I hope you are doing good. My name's David the Crook, and today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to mix your own vocals in Logic Pro X. I have a song here that I recorded called Show Me Love. The beat is produced by me as well as a help from another producer. I did all the recording and I'm going to do all the mixing and mastering. I'm going to play the song so you could get a feel of the song, and then we're going to break down the whole song on how to mix your own vocals in Logic Pro X. At first, I'm going to be playing the mixed version of the song, and then I'm going to turn off all the plugins and I'm going to let you hear the raw version of the song, just the raw vocals. The only thing that's going to be on it is a little bit of leveling as well as a little bit of panning left and right.
David, bless this beat.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that will leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me the way. I got demons in my mind telling me they want me dead. You think you know me now? Baby, you're the only one that held me down. But shit's getting real, how you gonna play right now? I've been working long hours trying to earn this crown. Different bitches all around me, so please don't frown. I only love you, so you better come around. You say you really love me, so come on down.
That was a mixed version of the song. Now I'm gonna play the raw version of the song. No plugins, nothing. Just, like I said, a little bit of leveling and panning left and right.
David, bless this beat.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that will leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day.
That recording came out so good, especially having to record the song by myself. No one in the studio except for just me. This is the vocals.
Just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that will leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray.
I really loved how the vocals came out. To record the song, I used the Slate Digital MV1 as well as the Slate Digital VMS preamp. I'll be doing a review on that microphone and preamp pretty soon. If you want to see that, drop a comment down below and I'll make sure I work on that ASAP, break it down, show you the dope features of it. I'm going to show you a little bit of how the microphone is right now, but other than that, I'll do a full-on review. Now, to get into the actual mixing of the vocals, one of the first things you want to make sure you do is when you are recording your own song, you want to make sure you get a nice clean recording, kind of just something like I showed you here. After that, it comes down to the actual mixing. Because I use the Slate Digital virtual microphone thing that they got, I am going to be using the emulation mics that they have that come within the Slate Digital package. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a preamp. I ended up using this preamp here. It is the FG73, and then I added a little bit of drive as well as a little bit of gain to it.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that will leave you tripping. I only talk to God,
Pushing
I
the
know
drive
he
all the
rolling
way.
with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray.
Add a
Lord
little,
knows
like a
I be going through
dB
it.
of gain. The microphone I ended up using for the song is the FG800M. I will be going through the microphones real quick just so you can really hear the microphones and how it emulates certain microphones. Like I said, this mic and preamp is super fire.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that will leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me the way. I got demons in my mind telling me they want me dead. You think you know me now? Baby, you're the only one that held me down. But shit's getting real, how you gonna play right now? I've been working long.
Now, it's very subtle, little differences between the mic, just because each mic emulates a different microphone. It all just kind of subjective on what you think is going to sound best for the song. For this song particular that I recorded, the FG800M sounds really good. I really like this FG269, works amazing. So I'm gonna use this one, adds a nice color to the vocals.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with.
And then from here I'm gonna add revival. I'm gonna add a little shimmer as well as a little bit of thickness.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray, Lord.
Straight off the back, just like that, it sounds so clean, so good. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add Outlaw. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that the first 3 plugins are always my stable go-to plugins for every vocal recording, Outlaw being one of them. If you don't have Outlaw, there's a plugin by Waves called Vocal Writer. You could check that one out. I just chose Outlaw just because I really like what it does.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system.
Cool thing about it is that it automates the vocals. It helps keep the vocals and the levels consistent. So if I were to play it, you will see this little thing moving up and down, kind of just automating it instead of having to manually go into your DAW and do it manually. This does it for you.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system.
So when I said I built this on my own, trusting in my system, instead of the system going down, it carries the system. So it just keeps everything consistent. That's something very important, is to keep the levels consistent throughout the whole track. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be adding the first compressor, which is RVox. I love RVox. I love what it does to the vocals. It just brings it out, especially with the mixture of this microphone here, just really taking out the rawness of the vocals.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray, Lord knows.
And then I brought back a little bit of the gain just to balance it out. I don't want to bring out the volume too much. It's just kind of just keep it, make sure the volume stays consistent as well. Now that I got RVox, I'm gonna be using a de-esser just to de-ess certain frequencies. I do notice that when I say certain S's, they really pop out through the mix. So I really want to tame those right now.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system.
Like system, like I said right there, heavy S. If I were to solo it out, that's kind of what is being de-essed.
Built this on my own, trusting in my system.
Really good. Waves de-esser works amazing. From here, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be using the SSLE channel. I really like this plugin to shape the vocals.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me the way. I got demons in my mind telling me they want me dead. You think you know me now? Baby, you're the only one that held me down. But shit's getting real, how you gonna play right now? I've been working long hours trying to earn this crown. Different bitches all around me, so please don't.
What I did on this EQ is I cut out some low end. I probably cut out about like 105, just because I do have a lot of low end in my voice. I'm not trying to just cut that out, because kind of like the song, I want the low end of my vocals to be in it. So something you want to figure out is how your tone is, you know, how deep your voice is, whether it's deep or not, and then depending on there is going to be how much you cut out. You know, some artists I'm cutting up to like 125, sometimes 130, but for my vocals I'm just gonna cut out 106. I'm also gonna cut out some high end. Now this is a little bit untraditional. Usually a lot of times you want to keep all the high end, but I am cutting out just a little bit, just about 1K from the top, so from 20 all the way to 17, so it's like 3K. I'm just gonna cut that off, and then I'm boosting 16K just to take out some highness out of my vocals, and then I'm cutting out some boxiness at about 450 hertz. This boxiness here.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would.
Nothing too crazy, just taking it out, probably about 1.5 dB, and then I added a noise gate just to cut out some of the certain signal when there's pauses here.
Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Okay.
Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Pause. Noise gate comes out when I start. Boom, it comes back in. Now that I have the vocals shaped kind of how I want it, I'm gonna add another EQ. Now this is a Pultec EQ. If you don't have this EQ, you could use stock Logic Pro X Tube EQ. Works exactly the same as this. If anything, the Logic EQ is probably just a little bit better because you have a little bit more freedom to play with the frequencies. With this Wave 1, you just got your stock. You know, you got your 20, your 30, your 60, your 100. You can't go in between. In the Logic Pro X, you can actually, you know, boost up 75 hertz or 80 or whatever in between 60 and 100, or from 3K to 16K. It's pretty cool. But the Wave 1, I really like how this one sounds. I'm going to be boosting up low end as well as a high end with this EQ. Just kind of help shape the vocals just a little bit more.
Situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door.
Now I boosted up 100 hertz, probably by like 1-2 dB. Don't boost it too much just because it kind of will add a little bit of muddiness onto the vocals. But other than that, I like boosting it. Kind of adds a little bit of beefiness onto the vocals. And then I boosted the high end. Usually I'll boost anywhere between 8 to 16K. Just see which frequencies I like it. Just depends on the vocals and see what frequencies I like. For the song, I think I have it at 12K, and then that's about it. I lowered the gain just a little bit just to level out the vocals, make sure the volume is consistent.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to.
The changes that I'm doing are very subtle. You're not really going to notice them too much, but you're stacking up all these little changes that are just going to emphasize the overall vocals. And that's something you really want to look into, is just making sure that what you're doing it for a reason. So for example, me boosting up this high end here is boosting it at 16K, and then on this one I'm boosting it up at 12K. Instead of using a regular EQ to boost up, like for example, all of this from 8 to 20K, I am boosting it using these two plugins, just because each one is going to have a different curve, a different slope to the EQ, and it's going to help add a certain noise, a certain color onto the vocals. So that's why I like using these EQs, is because it's going to add a little bit of color onto the vocals. From here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding the first compressor. Is going to be the CLA 76. If you don't have this compressor, stock Logic Pro X has in the compressor, it sounds exactly the same, which is the Studio FET. Whatever you do with this one, you could do with this one. That's why I really like Logic Pro X plugins, is because their emulation plugins sound pretty much exactly like the same as a replica, and they're free. They come within Logic Pro X. From here, I'm just going to add a little bit of EQ, fast release, semi-fast attack.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me.
Doing a little bit of compression. I think it isn't going to pass 5 dB of compression, but other than that, this compressor works amazing. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the vocal chain from the compressor into a dynamic EQ. If you don't have a paid dynamic EQ like this one by Waves, the F6, you can always pick up a free one called the Nova, what is it, TDR Nova. Works exactly the same. This is a dynamic EQ just like this one. I just like using the Wave one because I feel like it's a little easier to use for me personally. And with this EQ, what I'm doing is, because I already shaped the vocals up here, ran it into a compressor, with this EQ, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be subtracting certain frequencies. I'm not completely removing those frequencies. What I'm doing is I'm compressing those frequencies.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me the way. I got demons in my mind telling me they want me dead. You think you know me now, baby?
These frequencies here are not being eliminated, they're just being subtractive and compressed.
Don't you show me love now if you wouldn't.
And then you could just see it right here, just bouncing up and down, just because it's compressing it just a little bit. From here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this Fresh Air. This is by Slate Digital. This is a free plugin. You can pick it up. Works amazing on vocals. I really like just simple, high knob, mid air.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me the way. I got demons in my mind telling me they want me dead.
Like I said, it's simple plugin to use. 2 knobs. Add as much as you want. Especially this high knob, it really adds a nice crispiness to the vocals. So just to break it down, we got the emulation, automation or consistency through the vocals, a compressor, de-esser, EQ to shape the vocals, a compressor, a dynamic EQ to add a little bit, to clean up the vocals a little bit, fresh air to add a little bit of high end, a little bit of body onto the vocals. From here, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be using some auto-tune. Now, when it comes to auto-tune, there's a lot of different opinions on it. Some people put it right away in the beginning, some people put it at the end, some people put it in the middle. It kind of honestly just depends. Most of the time I usually throw the auto-tune at the end. It's usually one of the last plugins that I use, but because of this song, I'm throwing it in the middle. No specific reason, I just threw it in the middle.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping.
Now the song, the beat is in G minor, so I just threw in G minor. I added a little bit of auto-tune. It's not really too noticeable on my vocals, but just depending on the type of song that you're recording, sometimes you want to add more, sometimes you want to add a little bit. It just honestly all depends on the vocal. Because of this song that I made, I'm not really going too much on the auto-tune side. I'm just adding just a little bit, kind of just blend in the vocals, kind of keep everything in pitch just a little bit. You can never go wrong with some auto-tune, especially nowadays. Everybody's just used to auto-tune that if you add it to your song, a lot of people don't even notice it. I added another EQ. This is a Soundtoys SIQ. This EQ works amazing. I really like the color that it adds, especially this high knob works amazing.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me.
You can really hear how it smoothed out the high end as well. It added like a nice drive onto the vocals. This plugin works amazing on vocals, guitars, on pretty much anything you use it, drums. I really recommend this plugin, Side EQ by Soundtoys. From here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using one of the last compressors, which is the CLA2A. If you don't have this compressor, you could always just use this vintage OPTO by Logic. Works exactly the same. Amazing on vocals regardless.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it.
Now I added a little bit of compression. I added about less than 3 dBs. Usually a lot of people use just like 1 or 2 compressors. I'm one of those people that uses multiple compressors, but does a little bit of compressing on each compressor. So CLA76, I'm doing about 3 dBs of compression. On this one, I'm doing 3 dBs of compression. On this plugin here, it's called Smasher. This is more of a parallel compression, so it kind of is a little bit different from a regular compressor. If you want to know more about compressors, I am working on a course that is going to go over everything when it comes to recording your own vocals, setting up your own home studio, EQs, compressions, reverbs, delays, everything you need to know when it comes to recording vocals, whether it's your own vocals or vocals of a different artist, and running through it from beginning to the end of recording, mixing, and mastering, as well as releasing it. If you're interested in that, shoot me a DM on Instagram saying course, and I'll give you more information on that. As well as I would like to know what are some of your difficulties and what you're having problems with when it comes to recording, mixing, and mastering, to make sure I cover that and you get the most out of it. Now, like I was saying, most people just use 2 compressors and they'll just compress it like 6 dBs on each compressor. I do it a little bit different. I just do like 3, 3, 3. So if you round it up, it goes to about like 12 to 15 dBs of compression. Instead of using 2 compressors, I'm using multiple compressors, but I'm still doing the same amount of compression. It's just in different stages of the vocal chain. Now, parallel compression here, iffy, is kind of tricky to use, but once you get a hang of it, it's really good on vocals.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me the way.
So you got your input, your output, and then your mix knob. I really like using this compressor. It adds a good amount of saturation, but sometimes you could overdo it. So if you're going to be using this plugin, you just want to be careful in making sure you're working it correctly, adding a good amount of input, making sure you're getting a good squish on the vocals because you are parallel compressing it, and then the output, you're balancing it out, making sure you're not overdoing it, and then adding a nice mix to it so it doesn't overdo it like this.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me.
It's a little too
Built this on my
saturated.
own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me.
With a little bit of mix, it just kind of brings everything together. From here, what I'm going to be doing is adding the final de-esser. I like using two de-essers, one in the beginning and one at the end, because the first one is just to tame the natural S's, and then throughout the vocal chain, I am boosting the high end. So at the end, I just want to tame it again.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me.
So with Sibilance by Waves, I really like this plugin just because it doesn't just tame the S's, it tames other frequencies too that are harsh to the ear. So you want to make sure that when you are mixing your own vocals, you don't have a lot of high end and a lot of sibilances like the T's and the S's that are just going to hurt the person that's hearing your song. You want to make sure that it's just smooth, but the high end is still there. So like when I say system, it just boom, it de-esses those. If you're looking into investing into some wave plugins, I will be having a nice discount code down below in the description so you could pick up some wave plugins. Totally worth the investment. I am using S1 Imager to widen up the vocals.
My system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray.
What this does is just kind of widens up the vocals, makes the vocals just pushes them out a little bit, so it makes them a lot wider. So when a person's hearing it in headphones, your vocals are just gonna make sure they're everywhere present, right in the middle, as well as has a nice width to the vocals. That's pretty much the main gist of the vocal chain, is these plugins here. Now the rest of the plugins that I'm going to be using are plugins that are going to be bussed onto the vocals, starting off with Little Raider by Soundtoys. Now if you don't have this plugin, you could use like a saturation or a distortion. There's a lot of free plugins out there that you could use, or stock DAW plugins that you could be using. I just like this preamp and how it sounds on the vocal.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord.
Sounds good. From here, what I'm gonna be doing is adding a delay. I use H delay by Waves, cut out some of the low end as well as cut out some of the high end, have it at 1/8 note, and then I added a sidechain compression to it. So pretty much add a sidechain, use what bus you're using. This is bus 2, so it'll be bus 2, fast attack, fast release, 2.56 ratio, and then the threshold is at 12.
Don't just show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping.
When I'm staying right here, like
couple situations that would leave
you tripping. When I say couple situations that will leave you, all that's being compressed by this compression. But then when I say leave you tripping, because there is a pause here, that's when the fast release just comes in and then it just fills in that spot.
You tripping.
You know, you can really hear it if I were to turn the beat off.
Situations that would leave you tripping.
When I say tripping, that's when the delay just comes in. It sounds really nice. It's just a little bit of ear candy onto the song. So when there's that pause, the delay comes in and just fills in that spot.
I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows.
Some reverb. First reverb I'm using is the Abbey Road plates. This works amazing. I'm using plate selector D. This one works best with the beat. And then when it comes to the reverbs, you just want to find a reverb that fits the song, fits the beat that you are using. Sometimes you want to be using a plate, a hall, a room, a chamber. There's just different types of reverb. You just got to find the one that works best for your song.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray.
And then I also added an EQ. Just took out some of the low end, took out a little bit of high end, boosted up some of that mid high. And then I used the MV2 by Waves to take out more of that room. There's a little trick I like using. I do it for the second reverb too. For the second reverb, I'm using the Manny M reverb. This reverb works amazing. It pretty much has everything you need: hall, plate, room, space, chamber, ambience, small, medium, large. Ever since I picked up this reverb, pretty much use it all the time. It's rare if I don't use it. It works every time. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day.
And the same thing, cut out some lows, cut out a little bit of the highs, boost some of that mids. Instead of boosting the mid high for this reverb, I'm boosting up the mids, and then I'm using the RAXX to take out more of that.
Don't you show me love now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up one door, please show me the way. I got demons in my mind telling me they want me dead. You think you know me now, baby, you're the
That's how it sounds
that
raw.
held me down. But shit's getting real, how you gonna play right now? I've been working long hours trying to earn this crown. Different bitches all around me, so please don't frown. I only love you, so you better come around. You say you really love me, so come on down. Fuck them other bitches, come stand your ground. And you better show them bitches that I am your man. I can't fuck with you unless you make me a grand. I got too much.
Well, the amount of reverb you add is all subjective to the type of songs. Sometimes you might want to add a lot of reverb. Sometimes you might want to add a little bit of reverb. Now, with the dubs and the ad-libs, if I were just to add them in, this is how it sounds.
David, bless.
Now if you were never with me. Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me. Cause I wake up in the morning, I get up and I just pray. Lord knows I be going through it every day. Just open up.
If you want me to show you how to mix the dubs and the ad-libs so you can start adding them into your songs, mixing them well so they could really emphasize the song and just add more to the song, leave a comment down below and I'll work on the video so you can mix your dubs and the ad-libs in the best way possible. I hope this video was helpful for you. Now, if you want me to mix and master one of your songs, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, shoot me a DM, just tell me mixing services, or shoot me an email. Everything will be down below in the description. I want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. If you need some help when it comes to recording, mixing, and mastering, like I said, I will be dropping a course soon. If you want more information on that, shoot me a message, shoot me course details, and I'll give you more information on that. Let me know some of the problems and challenges that you are having when it comes to recording, mixing, mastering, releasing, marketing, or anything that relates to music that you need help with. Let me know down below, or you could shoot me a message and we could talk more about it, and I'll make sure that I include that in the course so you can get the most out of it. The course that I'm working on is going to be everything you need. Like I said, it's going to go over everything when it comes to setting up a home studio, creating your own studio, recording, mixing, mastering. So it goes over everything, like how to set up your own equipment, mic placements, different tips and tricks that you could use to get the most out of your recordings, mixing, mastering, compression, EQ, the differences between reverbs, delays. Literally, I'm breaking down everything for you so you can know everything when it comes to recording, mixing, and mastering, as well as promotion, marketing, and different stuff you could start doing now to release your own music or to help an artist you are working with get the most out of releasing their own music. If you want to stay up to date with that, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Everything will be down below in the description. If you want to check out the full song, I'll put the link to the full song down below in the description. If you're a producer and you want to collab on some beats, shoot me some loops. Everything will be down below in the description. My name's David the Crook, and I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope to see you in the next
Built this on my own, trusting in my system. Couple situations that would leave you tripping. I only talk to God, I know he rolling with me.